Good morning. So we have discussed about circles. What is a circle? Circle is a collection of all the points in a plane such that all the points are at a fixed distance from a fixed point. And fixed point is called center and fixed distance is called a radius. And circle divide the plane into how many parts? Circle divide the plane into three parts. What are the three parts? Exterior, interior and circle. Exterior, interior and circle. And this exterior portion, this is the exterior portion, this is the interior portion, this is a circle. This interior portion and the circle itself together we will call it as what? Circular region. It is called a circular region. Then another is about arc of a circle. What is arc? Arc of a circle is, what is arc? You see, this is the arc. Actually, this is a part of a circle. This is called what? Arc. Part of a circle is called arc. Part of a circle is called arc. So this is semicircle. If you will, this is a semicircle. You see, this is the semicircle, and semicircle is that so this is what a segment. This is called a segment. This is a semicircle. This is major segment. This is minor segment. Okay. And about arc also you can write like this arc. Arc also we can draw like this. Arc is what? This is major arc. This is what? Semicircle. This is minor arc. Okay. And segment is what? Segment is we have discussed already. What is segment? Segment is a region between. Segment is a circular sector. This is what? This is called a sector. Sector is the region between two radius and one arc. That is called what? Sector. If this is a semicircle, and this is major segment. This is major sector. Okay. And see this. What is segment? Segment is the segment is not here. Segment is the area between chord and arc. Area between chord and arc. That is called what? A segment. Area between chord and arc is called what? A segment. Now, so these are the things we have studied. Now, next one is angle subtended by an arc. You see, angle subtended by an arc is angle subtended by an arc. You see, this is an arc AB, and this arc AB subtended an angle at the center. That is called what? Angle subtended by the arc. You see, this is angle subtended by the arc. angle AOB. Angle AOB is angle subtended by an arc. And you see, this angle subtended by an arc is equal to angle subtended by the chord. This chord also subtend an angle, that is also what angle subtended by the chord or angle subtended by an arc. Angle subtended by an arc or angle subtended by a chord. Now, we will solve. You have to prove one thing. Two equal chords subtend equal angle at the center. Two equal chords subtend equal angle at the center. So here AB is a chord, AB is a chord, and CD is another chord, and O is the center of the circle. O is the center of the circle. You have to show that these two will subtend equal angle at the center. This AB and CD are equal, or AB and CD are equal chord. So you have to show that this AB and CD subtend equal angle at the center. So what you have to do in triangle AOB and triangle COD, what you can say, AB is equal to CD by equal chords. It is equal chords. Next, OA is equal to OC. Why? OA is equal to the radii of the same circle. OB is equal to OD. What is the reason? Radii of the same circle. Therefore, by which rule? By SS congruence rule, triangle AOB is congruent to triangle COD. If AOB and COD congruent, then what you can say? Angle AOB is equal to what? Angle COD. Therefore, if two equal chords subtend equal angle at the center, what you have to do? This AB and CD are equal. OA is equal to OC, radius of the circle. OB is equal to OC. What is the reason? OB is equal to OD. What is the reason? Radii of the same circle. Therefore, by SSS congruence rule, triangle AOB is similar to triangle COD. Therefore, similar or congruent to COD. Therefore, angle AOB is equal to angle COD. So this is the equal chords subtend equal angle at the center. Equal chords subtend equal angle at the center. Proof is this. Now, next one. If two chords subtend equal angle at the center, you have to show that the chords are equal. Two chords subtend equal angle at the center, you have to show that two chords subtend equal angle at the center, you have to show that the chords are equal. So what is given here? Angle AOB is equal to what? Angle COD by equal angles. And OA is equal to what? OC. What is the reason? Radii of the same circle. OB is equal to OD. What is the reason? Radii of the same circle. Therefore, by which rule? By SAS congruence rule, triangle AOB congruent to triangle COD. Therefore, what you can say? AB is equal to CD. Therefore, if two chords subtend equal angle at the center, then the chords are equal. So, what is the proof? First angle AOB is equal to angle COD. Why? This angles are equal. It is given. And the next one is what? OA is equal to OC. What is the reason? OA is equal to OC? Equal or radii of the same circle. Next, OB is equal to OD. What is the reason? Radii of the same circle. Therefore, by SAS rule, triangle AOB is similar to triangle AOB congruent to triangle COD. Therefore, AB is equal to CD. Therefore, chords are equal. Okay. So these are the two important two chords subtend equal angle at the center, then the chords are equal. In the same way, if two equal chords subtend equal angle at the center, these two are important proofs. Okay. And the next one. Now you see, O is the center of a circle. AB is a chord. AB is a chord. AB is a chord. And C is the OC is perpendicular to AB. You have to show that perpendicular from center to a chord bisect the chord. Perpendicular from center to a chord bisect the chord. So what we can say? Consider triangle OAC, triangle OBC. So what you can say? OA is equal to OB. What is the reason? Radius of the same circle. OC is equal to OC. What is the reason? OC is equal to OC. Reason is common. Now angle OCA is equal to angle OCB is equal to 90 degree because perpendicular from the center is given. Therefore, by what rule? By SAS or RHS. One right angle, this is equal, this radius OC is equal, therefore by RHS. By RHS congruence rule, triangle OAC congruent to triangle OBC. Therefore, what you can say? AC is equal to BC. Therefore, C is the midpoint of AB. Therefore, perpendicular from center to a chord bisect the chord. Perpendicular from center to a chord bisect the chord. This is a proof. Triangle OAC and triangle OBC you have to take it. So your OA is equal to the radius of the same circle. OC is equal to OC. What is the reason? Common. Angle OCA is equal to angle OCB is equal to 90 degree because perpendicular, that is given already. Therefore, by RHS congruence rule, triangle OAC is similar to congruent to triangle OBC. Therefore, AC is equal to BC, that is CPCT. Therefore, C is the midpoint of AB. C is the midpoint of AB. Okay. Now, its reverse is there. Reverse means what is the reverse? What will be the reverse or converse? Converse of a theorem. How to find out? Perpendicular from center to a chord, bisect the chord. That is given. Now next, what will be its if the line joining center of a circle and midpoint of a chord, line joining center of a circle and midpoint of a chord is perpendicular to the chord. Line joining center of a circle and midpoint of a chord is perpendicular to the chord. So what you have today? In triangle OAC, triangle OBC. You can say that OA is equal to OB. What is the reason? Radius of the same circle. OC is equal to OC. What is the reason? It is common. And AC is equal to BC because already given what C is a midpoint. Line joining the center of a circle and midpoint of a chord. So AC is equal to BC. It is given midpoint. Therefore, by which rule? By SSS congruence rule. Triangle OAC congruent to triangle OBC. If OAC and OBC are congruent, what you can say? Angle OCA is equal to what? Angle OCB because CPCT. These two angles should be equal. But you know, angle angle OCA is equal to angle OCB. But you have to know that angle OCA plus angle OCB is equal to what? 180, because straight line. So what is each angle? OCA is equal to OCB is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, what you can say? OC is perpendicular AB. OC is perpendicular AB. So line joining center of a circle and midpoint of a chord is perpendicular to the chord, or perpendicular from center to a chord, bisect the chord. That is one theorem. It's actually this is it's a theorem, and it's converse. Converse means what is the difference between converse and this? Converse means, you see, suppose perpendicular from center to a chord, bisect the chord. This is a theorem. Its converse is what? A line joining center of a circle and midpoint of a chord is perpendicular to the chord. First, you see, it is a perpendicular is given, and we have to show that it is bisect the chord. But here it is what are given. It is midpoint of the chord, means it is what a midpoint. So center of the chord. You have to show that it is a perpendicular to. Here actually perpendicular is given. You have to show that it is bisect the chord. Here it is given that it is a midpoint of the chord. You have to show that it is perpendicular to. This is a theorem and the converse difference. The same way the other also. What is it? Equal chords subtend equal angle at the center. Equal chords subtended equal angles at the center. Similarly, if two chords subtend equal angles at the center, then the chords are equal. So these are the difference between a theorem and its converse. So equal. So here equal chords are given. You have to show that they are subtend equal angle at the center. Here equal angles subtend at the center. You have to show that it is the chords are equal. This is the difference between a theorem and its converse. So we have studied the two theorems. What are the two theorems? Equal chords subtend equal angle at the center. Similarly, if two chords subtend equal angle at the center, the chords are equal. Next one is perpendicular from center to a chord, bisect the chord, or line joining center of a circle and midpoint of a chord is perpendicular to the chord. So these are the important theorems. You just to go through it and write the notes. Okay. Thank you.